And what's happening, everyone? It's Catherine Magpie 24/7, and yeah, England lose on penalties in the final. Sadly, we've probably seen it coming. Just typical England to lose on penalties in a big match situation. It's been known, and it continues on, the penalty curse, and sadly, it isn't coming home. But to be fair to the players who managed to get to the final and give England a bit of hope. I mean, last two tournaments we've made a final and a semi-final, so we've done all right. You know what I mean? I mean, it's shit that we haven't won one, but I mean, yeah, I'm proud of the team that's managed to get there, and I'm proud of Graham Jones for managing to be a part of the setup and go in and use his tactical nous or whatever it may be to, help the team and represent Newcastle as well, because I've seen a couple of Sunderland posts saying what's going on with the with Jordan Henderson and Jordan Pickford. They're representing Sunderland, and the Geordies don't have anyone. So where's your open bus parade, Malcolm's there? But no, it is disappointing. I mean, I record this a day later after the final because it just broke us a little bit. Like, it was just good. I was at work, and the lads at work didn't speak for a couple of hours before, like during the day and stuff, about the match. It was just, you could tell it hurt. It hurt because I genuinely believed it was coming home, and it started so well, like Croatia in 2018, right? The fullback scores in the first 10 minutes, and it's coming home, lads. It's flipping coming home. But I think the problem was, I think we started well, and then we just kind of didn't build into the game. We got worse as the game went on, and like Italy were playing dirty-handed tactics. Obviously, they were diving a lot, they were fouling a lot, they were playing a difficult, rough game for England. But I think as the game went on, England got less and less aggressive. But yet in the first 20-30 minutes, when we're being aggressive and in the face and trying to make something of it, we're bloody dangerous. We made things happen. Do you know what I mean? And like, that's what we needed to do. It's what we did against Germany, and it worked. It's what we did against Denmark, and it worked. Playing the fast, aggressive style to win the ball back, which is what that team is very good at. But as the game went on, the nerves were kicking in, and all this, and we just got deeper and deeper and deeper. There was a couple of clearances in the game where we booted the ball up the field, and Kane's nowhere near it, like, because he's stuck in his own half. And Newcastle fans, we know this quite well, because when we usually defend, we usually defend 11 behind the ball at all times, and it's always a case we're far too deep to make things happen, and it's just a bit frustrating. But yeah, I mean, sadly, flipping Bonucci scored the equaliser. I thought it was a really scrappy goal, but I just think as the game went on, Italy got stronger and stronger and stronger, and we didn't put them to the sword early. Because I think if we would have put them to the sword early, built on that first goal, then we could have went on to win the game comfortably. But I just think us scoring that early goal was probably the worst thing that happened to win the game. If we'd have built into the game like we did against Germany, find our feet a little bit, get on the ball and stuff like that, and then score with about 20 minutes to go, and then build from there, I think that would have been a much better kind of thing for England, like we did against Germany, and then we went on to beat them fairly comfortably. So, but it's if buts and maybes at this point. It's not, there's no ifs or absolutes. I mean, if my auntie had a dick, should be my uncle, right? But yeah, it's disappointing. It is, because now we'll go on to the World Cup, and will it be a repeat? Because one thing I've always said about Southgate, and I've had to like reel it in a little bit because we've been winning games in the tournament and getting to the final. that ability to win them big games. And I said it before the Germany game, can he win the big games? He didn't against Croatia. He obviously beat Germany, a lot of credit for that. However, we beat Denmark and we beat Ukraine to get to a semi-final. And then obviously beat Denmark in the semi-final. Like, England in a major tournament will never get that kind of run again. And in terms of like 2 runs to a semi-final/final, like, think about it. Like, if you look at World Cup 2018 and 2020, obviously the 2020 Euros, it's crazy. Like, that doesn't happen. Like, what happens if we draw a France or an Italy in round 2? We're just gonna go home? Is that it? Or just the lucky draw merchants and that's it? Like, Southgate's obviously said he's going to stay on for the 2022 World Cup, and I think he's earned that right to do so, and best of luck to him. But my doubt is these big games he's going to get found out, and it's like, we've seen it against Croatia, we've seen an exact carbon copy yesterday, and it's just like, we've got a good squad there for England, and I just feel like it could win a major trophy. Will they learn from this? I think this group of England players can. Yeah, I've watched them go behind against Denmark and come back. They managed to get to a semi-final, of the World Cup, and in easy circumstances, but you've got easier circumstances, but you can only play what's in front of you. You know what I mean? So, I mean, it's a tough one, but my logic is semi-final, final, hopefully win it. Bit of progression every time leading up to it coming home, but yeah, it's a bitter pill to swallow, but yeah, gutted. But obviously, as we're a Newcastle page, or a Newcastle channel, we'll get to return to Newcastle content soon, with pre-season well and truly on its way now. I think we'll play Doncaster next week, I'm not sure, but I'll find out. Probably best I do as I run this, right? But yeah, it's just a bit of a gutter for England. I'm proud of the players for managing to get there, good team spirit and all that. I just hope this setback doesn't knock them back too much, because I think there's a group of players there, if they stay grounded, they build on that and they learn from that, more importantly, then, But one thing I did want to mention, I think the players that missed the penalties, obviously Rashford missed his penalty, Saka missed his penalty, and Jadon Sancho missed his penalty. I think the abuse that they've received online, especially racist abuse, is absolutely sickening. It's sickening. Like, it's ridiculous. 2020, 2021, we're talking about like this kind of thing still. It's balmy to me. Like I think, I mean, don't get us wrong, like, I'm a social media manager myself by trade, right? I went to uni for it and studied 3 years for it. And I'm not going to say I'm like an expert or whatever it may be, but surely, like flipping surely, the social media companies like Facebook, like Twitter, like Snapchat, like TikTok, like all these flipping social media powerhouses can surely do something about racist abuse. You can at least do something about it. Condemn these people, because it's so wrong. It's so wrong. Like, we're in a world where you can put a racist comment online and target someone for missing a penalty, but if you put up a video of a Premier League goal, you get a week ban, or you get banned for 7 days, or you get muted, or you get suspended, like that, straight away, no problem, because it's under copyright. And it's like, why isn't the same kind of like tackling against it? Why isn't racism being tackled the same way online as copyright is? It just seems mental to me. Like, you need to stamp down on these people, because they're going to keep doing it if they feel like they can just make another account and move on. Like I say, I'm no expert. Do you know what I mean? There's ways and means to stop this kind of thing from happening, because players like, I mean, Saka, who probably shouldn't have took a penalty to begin with, but he's a young lad. He's younger than me. Do you know what I mean? And he steps up to take a penalty. That'll probably replay in his head for the rest of his life. And he has to go online and see racist abuse. Someone differentiating him and attacking him for the colour of his skin. It's pathetic. Like, it's flipping mental. Like, it just needs to be eradicated completely. And I think it can start with these social media companies setting a flipping better example, and being a lot tougher on people that are being racist online, because they feel like they've got this invincibility about them because they can create another account. It's just pathetic behaviour. It really is. And it's just a dampener, because you like look at the movements and that have helped people get behind tackling racism and all that, and it just feels like it sets us back so much as like a human race. But yeah, I mean, I'm probably not the one to talk about it. I mean, just not like a president, or you know what I mean, like someone with power should be speaking out about how social media companies need to do more about racism, because clearly there's people online that feel they can hide behind social media accounts, and that for me is at the fault. That for me is it's just irresponsibility from the social media companies for people to be allowed to do that. It's just wrong. But that's a different subject entirely. A different video entirely to talk about racism and in football and all that stuff. But yeah, it's just disappointing. It's a bad way to end the tournament. So obviously Italy will win the tournament, and a fair play to them. They were the best team in the tournament, I feel, by far. When I watched them, they were very impressive, and they managed to bounce back from not qualifying for the World Cup in 2018. I think England could learn a lot from Italy, because they didn't qualify for the World Cup and they've went on to win their next major tournament. England need that kind of bounce back ability where they can now go on and try and go that one step further. Italy have proven it can be done, from not qualifying at all to winning a tournament. So England realistically need to make a couple of little adjustments, and they're there, and they can do it, and it can come home. Football can finally flipping come home. But bit of a weird video. I know I went on a bit about, like, obviously things that are bigger than football, but like, yeah, it's just how I feel on the topic. It's a bit flipping mental. But like I said before, it's Newcastle page, and we're going to be it's going to be our first full season on YouTube and stuff. So there'll be plenty of videos about Newcastle content when there's signings, when there's major news. I don't think there's enough on the takeover yet to do a podcast, to be honest. So we'll keep an eye on our socials for that one. We'll make an announcement. But yeah, as soon as there's any signings, anything like that, if there's anything you want would actually do a video on, feel free to leave a comment or whatever you want to do. But yeah, we're really taking YouTube seriously this first season. Did the podcast last year. We're still doing the podcast. It'll just be on YouTube, and then we'll do YouTube content around that as well. But yeah, I don't know when the next video will be. I think it'll be maybe a preview for the first friendly, but yeah, probably more than likely. But yeah, I'll sign off for now. Lovies and leavies, and hopefully in 15 months time we can celebrate it finally coming home. But until then, same heartbreak every time for England paying the penalty. But yeah, see you later, everyone.